There are times in which your monitored buildings may receive hundreds or maybe even thousands of visitors every day, making threat assessment and visitor identification extremely difficult for your security administrator. Thankfully, FortiRecorder and FortiCentral supports easy-to-use and incredibly powerful face recognition for your ever-evolving security needs. This video will focus on FortiCentral and guide you through the process of configuring face detection and optimizing face detection to get the best results possible. First, we're going to need to configure face recognition in FortiCentral. Select the Settings button, and then select Settings. Select Analytics. Now you'll need to select the recorder that will be receiving the results of the face analytics. Face recognition in a snapshot is a service that FortiCentral provides for a FortiRecorder when someone uses the mobile app to enroll a new person. The recorder gets the snapshot of the new person, taken with the phone camera, and then processes the image so it can be prepared in face detections. The recorder will send this snapshot to a connected FortiCentral, which has the service enabled. Now there are a variety of analytics apps you can enable for your monitoring needs. Welcome Board, for example, displays the individuals and greets them, which is handy for reception purposes, provided the individual on camera is categorized as a guest or a VIP. Auto Attendant is a great way to help a receptionist or security guard remember the names and faces of regularly occurring VIPs. Show Analytics Alarms will start a playback of the last detected person on an alarm pane in a loop. With that done, let's configure the analytics processor. Drag a camera from the device panel over to a free pane. Select the Settings button in the pane window, and then select Analytics. From the algorithm dropdown, we'll need to select face recognition, which activates the analytics on the individual camera. Now enable Visualize to enable the overlay of facial landmarks in a live video. The colors of the face landmarks, represented by the colored frame, indicate specific characteristics that will assist you in capturing the perfect identification. Alright, so let's use stock photo Steve as an example. If Steve walks into the building and the frame on his face is white, then the detection has been made, but the quality of the detection isn't good enough to identify the individual. We'll cover how to rectify that problem later in the video. If it's magenta, everything is great and the individual is being tracked and identified. Finally, if there's no frame at all, there is no detection or identification. Alright, let's get back to these options. Enable Show Snapshots to display the best snapshots associated with each track in a gallery. This acts as a brief history of individuals captured on camera. Enable Look for Names to activate a search for detected faces in the facial database. If an enrolled person in the database resembles the currently detected person, their name is added to the bottom of the facial landmarks. Now let's actually start using facial recognition in FortiCentral. Start by dragging a camera to any pane, and then select the Settings button in the corner of the pane. Select Open Face Recognition Manager. On the right is a list of all the individuals who have been captured on the camera, and on the left is a list of known people in the database. There are two ways to add a person in the database. One way you can add a person is by selecting an individual detection and then selecting the Assign button and entering their information. But let's say this person hasn't been caught on camera yet. Select New. Enter all the required information of the individual and select their role within the class drop-down menu. Now the most important part, the picture. If you have a camera connected to the same machine you're using FortiCentral with, you can take a picture on the spot with the camera button. Alternatively, you can browse for one already taken and stored on your computer. Let's go over some general tips to ensure the best possible results for identification when taking a picture. Number 1, make sure the individual is at eye level with the camera and is facing forward and looking into the camera. The side angle might be your best side, but it's not going to provide you a good detection. Number 2, keep the area well lit to avoid harsh shadows. No dramatic mood lighting. Number 3, do not pose the subject of the picture against a bright background, since this will darken their faces and make facial recognition difficult. And number 4, last tip, keep the subject relatively still to reduce motion blur. When you're all finished, just select OK. Alright, now that we have everything configured and optimized, let's take a look at face recognition in action, beginning to end. So for this scenario, we know we had a visitor to our building, but we're not sure what the exact date is. First, we open up the Event Manager. Then we filter for face detection. We can even narrow the search further by expanding the Face Detection tab and searching for a specific type of individual. Select Set. Now set the period of time in which to search. Select Search. Here we have a list of every time a person has been detected on camera for our specified period. Now, we play back a recorded loop of the detection by right-clicking on the event, and then selecting Display Selected Item. With the event in a new pane, we can now enable face detection analytics from the pane's Settings button. This individual walks into the building, and once the camera gets a quality shot of the individual, the face is detected. Now we open up Face Recognition Manager and enter the desired time period to search. The Face Recognition Manager will allow us to search for previous instances this individual has been captured on camera. Select the entry you want, and then select New from the People section. Enter the person's information, and once finished, select OK. Now, when we play that same instance in another pane with face detection enabled, the individual's name displays right under their capture on camera. Hopefully you now have a good understanding of the basics of face recognition in FortiRecorder and how they can help you improve your security. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.